I'm gonna let her tell her story.
Words, we went back and forth, but at the end of the day, respect is respect, and we respected each other.
Hold on,
I'm a
feedback.
little boy. Getting acrylics will never be okay in my chair. Sad to say that I just had to turn away a client because she wanted to get her 9-year-old son's nails done. And I know and I understand that in today's times, people are who they are, but a 9-year-old boy getting acrylics will never be okay in my chair. I'm so sorry. I had to have words. We went back and forth, but at the end of the day, respect is respect, and we respected each other, and she respected my space. But
Who are
I'm
these
coming on here to
niggas?
tell you guys,
I
I will
cried
no
like
longer
one. You know what I'm saying? We need to
unless you
stay.
are accompanied by an adult, and I will no longer be doing not press ons. I'm sorry. I will be no longer doing acrylics for anyone underneath that age as well. 9 years old, a boy, Frenchies, absolutely not. Never will happen in my case. We have to think about, guys. People are offing themselves because of being bullied at school. If I put acrylics, because for some reason she just wasn't understanding this. If I put acrylics on your 9-year-old son's nails and he goes to school and he can't just rip those things off, it'll be a mess. If he goes and get bullied, he might come and despise me in the next couple of years, and he will never forget me. He will never forgive me because it happened at such a young age and he doesn't know anything about forgiveness. Like, it gets to a point, man. And I'm not in this chair as much as I used to be, thank God. But I do know the clients that I will and will not take. And that's something I just will not accept. And I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I understand that she was just trying to be a good parent and support her child. And I do.
How you supporting your child by putting nails on them? Listen, let me tell you something. In the way, fan, that's grooming. You're grooming your child for that. And again, whatever their sexual orientation is, that's on them. That's their lifestyle and whatnot. But to a certain degree, like, no, she wasn't trying to do the right thing. This is a thing that she was encouraging. At the end of the day, you know it's not masculine for no boy or no man to walk around wearing anything a woman wears. It's the same thing with the bonnets and men wearing bonnets. Let me tell you something. What if you are wearing a bonnet? That tell me a lot about where your resolve is at. All right, where you are and your masculine awareness and masculine expression, because it should bother you to wear something that girls wear. That don't look good when girls wear. You look like a fucking dickhead. You out in public. And not only that, you niggas be looking like you know you wrong. And listen, next time we see a nigga with a bonnet on, look him in his eyes. He gonna look away, bro. He gonna look away because he know he wrong. And the mother of this child, you know you wrong. The fact that your long term thinking says, you know what, I should go put nails, French tip nails on my son's hands at 9 years old. If he want to play with his nails and shit, I know the boys is painting their nails black and shit like that. He want to play with his nails. That's on that. I'm sorry, that's on them. But you taking that boy to get his nails done like a girl, you're not a good parent, because you're not really letting them arrive at that on their own and letting that be their identity on their own. That's another thing too. But like, when kids are at all queer, mothers do this, or queer or just different at all, mothers do this thing where it's again sabotage. If there's no man there, your mother's going to sabotage you. She's going to teach you things that are not helpful in the real world, right? Like we just seen with Blueface, right? Yo, the fact that not only has that nigga survived, but that nigga, fam, and also that shit always also builds on the fact of, I'm sorry, builds on the, no, yeah, we can say that, on the fact that women really like men that they can control, men who are not smart, and men that whom that they know they never gonna be shit. And like Blueface is like a really special case because he has like the behavior of that kind of guy, but he got money and influence. You know what I'm saying? But yo, he does all the nigga shit. He gang bang, he go to jail, right? He celebrate jail. Matter of fact, and then he came home and doubled down and basically said, I didn't learn shit. I didn't see me going to jail as a negative thing. Hey, I got locked. Nigga, like, bro, you hurt somebody, bro. Y'all hurt someone. You was in a shooting. That's not normal, my nigga. All right, like, so for your kids, if your kids was in the same situation, you co-sign that. Come on, man. Come on, man. My name Manir, man. You understand? Hold on, man. Don't even do nothing, man. Come on.
You don't even do
You
nothing.
ain't do nothing.
You what the?
And also, again, with communication, what the young lady also wants to say is that shit is gay. I'm not doing that gay shit. I'm not saying anything wrong with being gay, but we have gotten to where like that has become a whole play for women. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy how influence works. Even having proximity to someone can influence them. They can influence you, right? And I feel like a lot of things just start with one person seeing one person do something. Like, for example, if you're in a supermarket these days, somehow all throughout the nation, people have decided from now on they're going to drag the cart from the front, and then which in turn makes them move way slower, right? Then they take up 2 lanes of traffic in the supermarket, and it just creates it's just a big fucking mess. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, again, you have to move around them and shit. They move because they don't realize they're moving slower, and they're constantly looking behind them doing this. I'm like, my nigga, how about you just push the shit then, nigga? But one person saw someone do that stupid shit, and now they're all doing it, right? So I really feel like one parent or one person saw a crazy parent who was actually just going in the sabotage mode. Because the thing is also too, when it comes to like this expression, if they are queer, right? I'm not going down the road of like, yo, you're gonna burn in hell or nothing like that. But at the same time, the Nail Tech made an interesting point about this is a person coming of age, and they have to go to school and interact with other kids, and you're making that child a target. And that person, that child, if they have acrylic nails on, they can't just remove them; they're glued on. From what I understand, or basically it would be really hard for them to remove them if they wanted to just remove them. You know what I'm saying? Like they fuck around and tear their nails off trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? So she's speaking to that too. But like I said before, and I was listening to Angry Man last night. He was making a point about how, pretty much speaking to how, and again, I don't think they can help it, by how your mother sabotages you. Because the thing is that women, especially black women, they really do not encourage their kids or their sons to think like men and seek out masculine leadership and developing masculine leadership. They teach them, because you don't even realize that you can handle things like a bitch. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I always say this, like, yo, all right, one of the problems with y'all doing this is all right, so what happens when when a threat bigger than you or a savage comes along? What are you going to do then? When the savage, when a nigga that don't give a fuck comes along, when an actual criminal comes along, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? You got to realize that a part of being masculine is being ready for war at all times. Being ready to get active at all times and having a plan for, if I got to get active, this is how it's going to go. Whether you're going for the hands or you going for the knives or the guns. But you to have some kind of plan for how would you defend yourself, or what would you do to if your safety was in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? What would you do if a confrontation like went too far and you had to defend yourself? Like what is your plan? Now women are less likely to want to go take jujitsu and want to go take boxing and want to go to the range. Again, we're not gonna get into the not all bullshit, right? But women are less likely to want to do these things, whereas men, that's more natural to us. That still sounds exciting. I still want to get into training at some point. You know what I'm saying? And that's my goal for me and my Levi next year, is for us to get into something. You know what I mean? Some kind of self-defense. I want him to start learning how to use firearms and all that. I want to start getting him driving, you know, and building on his strengths and all that, you know. But I wanted to play this first because it fits into our whole subject about this simp activity. And mothers like the mother that she's describing is how a lot of would-be good men or men who could be good men wind up being targets for these predators out here. You know what I mean?